possible, for want of a better word. Okay. Now, a theatrical film, obviously, there is a certain restriction, could be of censor, could be of the kind of audience who will come in, all kinds of people will come in. It's because it's an audience of in hundreds when they sit in a group. And so you obviously have to have certain restrictions, both legal and commercial and various other considerations. But when on the web you're telling a story, you're actually telling it one person at a time, and he's only coming there if he's interested in the subject matter, and he also is aware of what he's going to see. So I think nothing will be lost in translation in terms of how effectively I can tell. So I know so much about the underworld. And even if you look at the language or certain imagery, which is like a part and thing, like when you see a foreign film or something, you don't feel it as long as it is coming in a context. But trying to hide it or trying to water it down, I think it is doing injustice to the aspect of what it is supposed to be. But see, for example, first time one saw an imagery was in Bandit Queen, right, and Shekhar Kapoor made some 25 years back. But you know it is coming in a context. It is not meant for a certain reason. Or first time you heard expletives in Satya, which came in 99 or 98. Even there, the effect is in context. So I think if you've seen it, you know that not a single shot is being did for effect, and you know that they're all a part of a certain world, and the language and images, I think, are an intrinsic part of the world. That is what my whole point is. So, but if I'm still alive, then I was not on the receiving end.
No, but in a way, perhaps that you were ever threatened by any of the. Because the subject is.
To be serious, see, to start with, first of all, why would the underworld have any problem with anyone making? Underworld is a kind of an illegal business organization, for the want of a better word. And they are not concerned about, they are not like terrorists who are selling an ideology. They are not trying to sell a certain thought and where they think a filmmaker is trying to counter them. You know? So pretty much I think they would either ignore or they would be thinking that there might have been some things wrongly or too wrongly portrayed. But otherwise, technically speaking, there is no reason to be. Yeah, it's very much like if I make a film on businessmen won't be upset with me, no? You see, I would say, if you look at it, the power and sex are the two most primary motivating factors by nature. I'm talking about even if you without this social advancement on the religion or a morality or a social standards, before all this come in, which make a society, the primary motivating factors for anything are power and sex. So the moment there are people in powerful positions by definition, they want to go against the establishment of a certain restricted mode. So they will indulge in something which they tell the normal people not to, most of the time. I think that's the future, I have no doubts about it. See, the point is, today, if you look at the great series made by Netflix and all that, as Game of Thrones or Narcos or House of Cards, or all of them, I think this is most of the time I meet people who ask me, what series are you watching? They don't ask what film are you watching anymore. And I think it's going very, very fast. So I think your mindset completely changes when you're thinking of it in terms of a web series. You don't need to have that stipulated first act, second act, interval kab hai, climax kab hai, pre-climax. All this you can just take it out and tell the story in your own way, as long as you think it deserves to be told. I won't say threat. I think they all will survive in their own things. I mean, it's like, I think it's a different way of listening to, you can go to an IMAX, you can see it, you can see a short film, you can see a long film. I think it is just one more, I would say. Yeah, I have no idea. I think except for guns and toys, you're interested in everything else.
But the government completed 3 years and what?
I have no clue. Because I don't observe anything outside films. I have no idea. So whether it's connected 3 years or 30 years also, I won't know.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.